Hello everybody. My sketchbook is done. Time for a tour. Yippee! Okay, so as of today, I finished this yesterday. Sped through the last 20 pages or so. So yeah, I hope you're all excited as me. Welcome to my channel for y'all who haven't been here before. Welcome if you're returning. Hello. It's nice to see you again. And this is crazy for me because this is the second video I'm filming in a span of 2 weeks because I have more time on my hands now. I'm very happy. So let's just get into it. This is my sketchbook number 8, as you can see. It's an Ohuhu sketchbook. I don't remember what it's called, but the one with the special pages where it doesn't leak through. Yeah, so let's go through the stickers, I guess. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Stray Kids stickers, which I got them on Etsy. They were in a surprise merch bag or something. I don't remember who I got it from. This is from Amazon. This is from Amazon. This is from G-Idol's 2 album. This is Genshin Impact. I also got that on Etsy with a keychain that I ordered. And then these little stickers are just random things that I don't remember. Amazon or the dollar store, I think. And then onto the back, we have, this is from Michaels. I got this on Etsy. I'll put the artist's name on the screen. Amazon, I made this one and these and this. Oh, and that one too. So this is, if you've watched my last sketchbook tour, you know who this is. This is Puke. He's from a D&D campaign that my family and I play. And it's kind of tradition now to put him on every sketchbook. So there he is. This is also Amazon. Don't know where that came from, but it's cool. And yeah, so let's get into the book, I guess. Here, just move that. Okay, so first page, we have this collage because, so I did this last month, I think, because this inside cover was starting to get kind of dirty and I was like, how did this even happen? So I just put a bunch of stuff on here that I didn't know how to use in the book. So yeah, there it is. Ta-da! Okay, so this first page here is my welcome page. So as you can see, I started this, I don't know if you can see that, but July 9th, 2024, and I finished it April 13th, 2025. So I'd say that's almost a year, which, is that a lot for me? I don't actually know how long it took me to do my other one, the one before this, but yeah, so these are my OCs. They're based off of Stray Kids songs. This is Kira, Sammy, Stephanie, Jane, and Eliza. So yeah, I thought it would be cool to do it like they're taking a selfie. So yeah, moving on. Okay, yeah, this was me planning for that page. And then here's 2 of my mutuals on Instagram's OCs because I wanted to fill up the space because I only had this here. This is Axel from Angie Loves Art 6. And then this is Dara from E. Aguirre Draws. Aguirre? No, Aguirre. Duh. Anyway, so these are my gemlings. This is Sakura, Kari, and Suzuki. So if you don't know them, they're from my webtoon, which is kind of on hiatus right now because I haven't released a new chapter in a year. But yeah, so they were in my last sketchbook a lot. They're not in this sketchbook as much, but doesn't mean I don't love them, obviously. These are my children, my babies. And then, okay, this is a couple doodles. This is Saya, one of my other gemlings. I had this thing, I was like, oh, what if she, her part-time job was, working in the library, right? So I drew her in her little work outfit. And this is Naruto, doodle of Naruto. This is Suzuki again, that's Sammy. This is one of my OCs, Jody. This is, oh yeah, here's Ian and Han. And then there's my OCs, Charity, Emil. This is also Emil. And this is Gail. Which, I didn't mean for this to look like this. This is him twice. But I drew this too close to that one, so now it just looks like they're looking at this, but it's also him, so it's kind of weird, but I mean, it works out. I don't know. Anyway, So this is Beth. So if, again, I don't want to say this like a million times. If you were here in my last sketchbook tour, I have this world called, what's it called? Uvania, where it's like a time travel kind of moment, I guess. So this is, oh my god, what's her name? Bobby is one of the main characters, and then this is her sister Beth. So they work at a time travel agency. The other main character is actually not in the sketchbook at all, so now I just realized that and I feel kind of bad, but yeah. So, and this girl, this is Jody. So she is like the seamstress of the agency, so she makes all the like time accurate clothes and stuff. So the agents fit into the time period that they're traveling to. So yeah, that's very cool stuff. And then this is my D&D character Vanessa. And this is my sister's character Lena. This was the first time I was gluing stuff in this book, so these aren't really like on all that well. But yeah, and then I saw these cute little cloak outfits, which is also this as well. And then I was like, oh, what if I just draw them in these little cloaks? So, hold on. So there's Vanessa, and then there's Puke in the middle, the little goblin from the front cover, and then there's Lena there. So yeah, I like this page. I think it's pretty. And then here's my mermaid OC, Meridia. I didn't draw her very much in this book. I think she only has 2 pages in here, but yeah, she's pretty cool. I don't know what inspired me to make her, but yeah, this is like the final design of her mermaid form. This too. I did this first, and then I like this better. So yeah, and then different outfits she'd wear. I think the idea was that she could have human legs, like she could turn into a human. Well, obviously, because she's got legs there, but she's also a mermaid. I don't remember what was going on with her, but we're just gonna go with it. Oh, and then this, guys, this is when Chick Chick Boom came out. This is the day after it came out, literally. So these are like the main squad of my webtoon. Okay. So this is Sakura. She's kind of the main character. I mean, they're all the main character, but the story starts with her. And then Suzuki, Kito, Kari, and Seiya, Rika, Ciel, and Rory. Yeah, so I drew them kind of inspired by Chick Chick Boom. As you can see from the crazy amount of fireworks. This page took me a very long time, but I do love all their outfits still. And I was really inspired by these red glasses that Hyunjin was wearing, so I was like, I need somebody to wear these red glasses or I'm going to cry. So there we go. Seiya has red glasses now, and it's very cool. Oh, this was supposed to be a D&D character? I don't know. I mean, we don't even play that much. I was just making one for funsies, I guess. She's a tiefling. Is that how you say it? I think so. Anyway, I like this little one of her the best. It's very cute. I was experimenting with different colors, but obviously I like this one the best, so I colored that one that color. She don't have a name or anything. She's just, you know, pretty tiefling girl, I guess. Oh, and here's Meridia again. So I saw this dress on Pinterest, and I was like, that is so cool, and she would so wear that, so I drew her wearing that. There's not really much explanation to this. Yeah, and then I like how this one turned out. This one, not so much. I like these two better, but because her legs were supposed to be kind of crossed, but the skirt kind of ruined it, so now they look just weird. Yeah, and oh, these are some of my older OCs. I decided I wanted to redraw them in here. So this is Nami and Zara. I made them like years ago for some pirate story. And yeah, at first they both had like male love interests, but then I was like, when I looked back at them, I was like, oh, they're gay. So yeah, now they're girlfriends, and it's very cute. It's very slay, and this is the only time you'll see them in this book, so soak it up, I guess. Okay, and then these are some other OCs. Oh, this is Gail again. There's Emile, Clarice, Claude. Yeah, that was the first thing I drew of Claude, and then I didn't like it, so I did this. Oh, so most of them are Uvania again, because there's different, like, how do I explain this? There's different time periods, obviously, but like, Or how did the story go? It was, okay, anyway, I can't remember right now. I will eventually, because there's more of them in this book. I'll explain it then. How about that? This is Anita. I don't know what's up with her. I just liked her hair, so I drew her. She is an OC, but I don't really draw her after these next couple pages. So, yeah. More OCs from Eugenia, okay? So, okay, I think what the deal was. These two were from sometime in like the 1800s, I think. These two are from the 70s. I don't remember about them. I think the 20s, because she looks like a flapper, kind of. If I'm not mistaken. Editing me will correct myself. Maybe. So yeah, anyway, moving on. These are two OCs I made based on songs. Like, it was like one of those shuffle your playlist things. So, yeah. I don't draw him again in this book. I draw her again once, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah, I think it was like the first song determined like the gender, and the second was like the fashion or something, and yeah, because then I think the colors were the third song, and then I don't remember what the last song was, but anyway, yeah. Okay, so I did this thing with some of my OCs. I used like the Spin the Wheel app, and I had them like do like an outfit swap. So this is Ciel, and this is Narvi. Narvi is also from the Gemlings, but he's not really in it that much because he's just kind of a side character, but anyway, they switched outfits. So this is Giselle, and then this is Anita again, which I'm pretty sure this is the last time she's in this book. But yeah, so they swapped outfits, and then this is Yvette from Eugenia. Okay, so what it was with Yvette's, like, okay, so these people were vampires. Like, this whole squad, the vampire squad. I don't remember what year it was, 17 something, I think. But yeah, basically they live in like this vampire hotel. That's kind of all I got. But yeah, anyway, you can see her outfits up here on Sammy. But I really like their pose. It's cute. Okay, and then this one's like sideways. So this is just a bunch of doodles of like stray kids. So, okay, this is Seungmin, that's Chan, and then that's Hyunjin. And I think he was like imitating the anxiety from Inside Out. So that's why I drew that there. Kind of creepy, not gonna lie. Yeah, and there's Puppy M, Babakari, and then Han Koga. Yay, and then I drew roses to kind of fill up the space. Okay, this is my OC Seiya. Because I saw this skirt on Pinterest, and I was like, what if I drew Seiya in that? So I did. There's not much else explanation to that, other than it was a cool skirt, and she would totally wear it. So, yeah, this was my favorite down here. I like how her hair does that thing. And then this is when I got these acrylic markers from the dollar store. I was testing them out. They're kind of streaky, and the white isn't like that opaque, but I still like them. Like, I use them a lot in this book. And then this is Chaewon from the Unforgiven music video. Why is she there? I don't know, man. Like, we don't ask questions about this book, we just go with it. Here is an OC I made. Her name's Mireille. Don't know why I made her. She's just cool. You know, she's a one-hit wonder. I don't know why her hair bled like that though, which is kind of sad, but yeah, I don't know what the deal with her is. She looks cool. She's got cool hair. That's about it. So these are my Gemling girls again. Do we know them by now? Maybe. Sakura, Seiya, Kari, Rika. It was summertime when I drew this. Obviously it was August. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I draw them in swimsuits every year. This is probably a redraw of something. I think I changed up the design of their swimsuits anyway. So yeah, I don't know, that's pretty much it. I like the background. I like this spread. It matches nicely because the green and the green, you know. Okay, this is random doodle page. So this is Danny from the webtoon Hooky. My sister has all the books because they're books now, and I like binge read them in one weekend. So I drew Danny. Do I like it that much? Not really. So anyway, you can tell I got lazy because I did her first, and then I ended up doing these doodles. So I saw this text post on Pinterest, and it was something about like medieval siblings would definitely be insulting each other. Excuse me. And then one said, "Thou's mother is out for a stroll, I see," pointing at a cow. So I thought, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I just drew like Rika and Ciel as like medieval children having beef? So yeah, there's the cow again. And then I drew them up here, like, you know, beefing. And then Sea's like, guys, stop. And then this is Ciel's sister, Ophelia, over here. She doesn't understand the children. She's like, what is going on with you people? Okay, and here I wanted to try doing watercolor in this book. Like, the paper doesn't really take it that well, because if I'm drawing outside and it is hot outside, the paper starts to warp a bit. Like, the corners will like lift up, and then yeah, so not good for watercolor. I tried it once. Yeah, so they're also from Uvania. Yeah, this is the 1920s one. So this is Lucas. He's a merman, and there he is again. But I just wanted to draw his dynamic with Ina and Lorena. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about them. I don't remember too much about them, but I just think this is funny. So yeah. And this spread was inspired by Forever by Baby Monster. So yeah, because there's oh my gosh, the silver high heels on the album cover, and I was like, I need to give them all silver high heels. I don't know if you can see, it's like reflective kind of, because I have this silver gel pen, which I use for like jewelry and stuff a lot. Yeah. Let's see. I think Sakura's outfit's my favorite. Saya didn't turn out that great because I was drawing her head at a weird perspective. I like her pants though. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This blue marker is dying now, which is very sad, but yeah. So we're gonna move on. This is my OC Felix from Dandelion Galaxy. This is from a video, which I explained more about him in that video. Yeah, I don't really want to re-explain it. So, because we have like this much of the book left, so I need to like not yap so much about certain things. Anyway, this was for the Gemlings webtoon. So I was redoing the prologue because I felt like it was bad. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I felt like it was bad. So I was designing like the floor plan of like the princess. She's the princess or she's a queen? She's a queen. Let me not remember mom. Anyway, so she's the queen. This is like the layout of her palace, and it flips up like this. So we got the ground floor, and then the first floor, and then the little second floor. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool that it flipped out like that. I really like how these turned out, because I just wanted to figure out how they looked before I drew them on my iPad. Which, that prologue is still not out, by the way. Like the updated version, because I decided to add a lot more lore to it, because I was like, okay, well this first one isn't that great at all. So I need to get on this. Will I this week? Probably not. Will I next week? Probably not, but we'll see. We'll see. I need to get it together. I've been working on this story for 3 years. So here's more Gemlings, because I was in the mood to draw everybody's house. So this is Sakura's house. She lives in the middle of the woods because treehouse. This is Kari's house. She lives in the south, which is, you know, by the ocean, by the beach. So this is her cute little house. And then this is Kito's house, which where is it? Is it the east? Yeah, the east. So it's like kind of desert-like, I guess. Yeah, I like the stained glass windows. I love that all the windows are like different. It's very cool. And I like the colors. Although these flowers end up looking like cabbages. That are orange, but you know, they're kind of cool though, right? Like, anyway, okay, so Suzuki lives in the mountains in this big old tower with his grandpa. Why do they live in such a big tower when it's just the two of them? I don't know. It's just a tower vibe, you know? So, yeah, so this is my first time drawing the tower. I really like it. So, yeah, and all the roofs, well, not all the roofs. a couple things are made of, you know, gemstones because they're gemlings and they have gemstones just out and about everywhere. And then this is Saya's house, which this is an updated version of Saya's house because her house was supposed to be round at first. But then every time I drew it, it ended up looking like a kindergartner drew it. So I gave up on the round idea and went with this instead, which I like this a lot better. So yeah, we're gonna move on. Again. Oh, okay, this is one of the first interactive bits in my sketchbook. So this is my OC Eliza, which you probably remember her from the front cover, but her eyes like move like this. Anyway, yeah. So I did this first, and then I was like, oh my gosh. Well, now I don't know what to do with the rest of the page. So I just, as you can see, there was little effort here. Which there is in some pages of the sketchbook. There's little effort, which is fine. This is Amari. Again, the pink hair girl. Well, obviously you know what she looks like. Never mind. Yeah, this is her again. I was thinking she's probably like a model or something. I think my favorite is this one here. It's very cute. And right, so this is where the pirate phase starts, people. Am I ever really out of the pirate phase? No. But are the next few pages full of pirates? Absolutely. Why? Because this is around the time when I watched Pirates of the Caribbean for the first time. So, yes. So these are my pirate gemling OCs. But I don't know how long it'll take for them to be in the webtoon. A very, very long time. Will I ever get there? I don't know. We'll see. But they're in a crew called the Thunder Rose. This is like their parrot. She's not a parrot. I don't remember what the name of the bird is that I made, but her name's Amelia. This is Sylvina and this is Ren. And then this, which, by the way, my sister keeps saying that looks like a brain. It kind of does. It's supposed to be a rose, just so you know. So this opens up completely like this because this is the layout of the ship. Yay! Okay, so I can't really draw a pirate ship. I tried. This is like my 4th attempt trying to draw the ship. So yeah, this is the flag, the name of the crew, and then the layout. So this is the deck. So you see the steering wheel. This door leads to the captain's quarters, which is on the same level, which is why it's not for here. The stairs are here. And then this is like their little living area, the kitchen. What the heck is that? Is that a bathroom or is that a... Okay, I don't know because I didn't put a label on it. It's either supposed to be a bathroom or like, I don't know, like a study? Anyway, whatever. Kitchen. Kiara. If you have watched my last sketchbook tour, you remember Kiara. But she will be, if you don't know her, she will be in the next couple pages. This is Sylvina and Aurora's room, and then this is Ren and Giselle. Oh, you saw Giselle already because she switched clothing with Anita. Anyway, whatever. Moving on, and then this is like the very, very bottom of the ship. So they have a couple cells down here, you know, just in case. You never know when you need to imprison someone. Just saying. And then there's the bathroom down here, and then extra beds, just in case. So yeah, fun pirate stuff. Yay! And then this is just pirate outfits, I guess. Like kind of inspired by Pirates of the Caribbean, as you can see that the medallion from the first movie. Okay, there's Kiara. She's kind of my favorite out of the Thunder Rose. I love all of them, obviously. You know what? I'm gonna put their references up on screen because I really like all their designs, and I feel like I need to stop like lore dumping here. But yeah, so this is her room in the ship. Is it colored very well? No, but it doesn't matter. It gets the point across. And then here is her weapon, which I think that's supposed to be like lightning bullets, kind of like lightning crystals. I don't even know, but yeah. Here's Beidou from Genshin Impact. Me as a pirate, and the medallion from Pirates of the Caribbean. And then drawing these squids was actually so fun. I drew this one first, and then I was like, I need to draw more. So there's that one, and then there's one down here. Is that the end of the pirates? For now. For now it is. These are... Okay, I have a couple Skazoo plushies. So I decided to draw them as humans. I don't really like any of these. except for Minnie. She looks good, but this opens up and is like little mini sketches of their design. And yeah, and then this is like kind of a witchy shop next to the train tracks. I don't really know what to say about this. I sketched it first, and then I took a picture, put it on my iPad, and then never did it. But I did it in here. So, excuse me. Ugh, I like it. But is that a mirror or a door? That's a door. Okay, anyway, we're gonna move on before I get distracted. Okay, so this is, in my other sketchbook tour, I had like a little black and white picture of all my gemlings as La 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 by Stray Kids, like in those outfits. So I drew Sakura, Suzuki, Kari, and Kito in those outfits, but I colored them this time. So yeah, not really much else to say about that other than they look super cool. And since like the Rockstar album was kind of like pink and black was kind of the thing, I did that in the background. And then I played Pokemon Shield a little bit. This is my character in the game. Her name's Ruby, and then there's Marnie. And I figured, well, Marnie's color scheme is black and white, or black and white. Oh my god, black and pink. So I did black and pink in the background again so it would match this page. I mean, I think it's cool. I could have put something up here, but whatever. My page is stuck. Okay. So I made this character inspired by this piece of garbage. Well, not piece of garbage. It's cool. But as you can see, it's a transfer-proof, like, setting spray. I thought the colors were cool, so I was like, cool, I'm gonna put this in my book. So I put it in my book. This is from some fish wafer, like fish-shaped strawberry wafer thing. There's Bochaco. And yeah, I think my idea was that she probably plays roller derby, because I play roller derby now, and it's awesome. So I should have drawn her in skates, but anyway. I figured her name's Lula, but her derby name's Melon. I don't know. This is her only appearance in this book, but she's pretty cool. Okay, this is more gemlings. Surprise, surprise. This is Ophelia. This is Ciel's sister. I mentioned her before, but this is her. I don't know if I like that color purple on the tips of her hair. Maybe I just didn't. I don't know. Maybe I didn't draw it like up to my expectations. But yeah, that's Ophelia. This is Darren. He is in the first chapter of Gemlings, if you're interested. And this is Mateo, which he doesn't show up until like a while later. But yeah, will you ever see him in the webtoon? I don't know. I'll get there eventually, one day, in like 50 years probably. And then, it was around Halloween time. It was September 27th. That is not close to Halloween time. Never mind. That's like a month in advance. But I was ready to get in with the spooky season vibe. Okay, so I drew a girl with a pumpkin head. Yeah, that's all I have to say. And this is, I drew my Skizoo, my little plushies in little Halloween costumes, and then as pumpkins, because I can. Okay, this is gonna open up, but this is the OCs from the beginning of the book. Like, I call them my Skiz OCs because they're like based off Stray Kids songs, right? So this is Stephanie, Kira, Jane, and then it opens up like this. Is Sammy and Eliza. Okay. So the marker I was using for this, the water, died on me, and then I accidentally used green on that side. Because the marker lids are so deceiving. They make you think it's one color, and then you go to use it, and it's not that color at all. So yeah, green water. This sky, don't like it either. But, you know, at least the ship and the characters look good. Okay? I like their poses, their anatomy is good. That's it, that's all. Other than that, I don't like that page. Okay, and this is just like kind of like witchy scenes, I guess. I like this house. It's very pretty. 10 out of 10 would live here. That was supposed to be a school, I think, a town square, and then another house. Okay, and here I did the outfit swap thing again. I used the spin the wheel app to decide who I'm going to do. So this is Nairobi from the Gemlings, and then this is Rika. I swapped outfits. Okay, this is Elena. She's a side character in the Jamlings. She's not really in it that much, but she works at the cafe that Kari works at, or used to work at, whatever. So she switched outfits with Suzuki, which I thought that was hilarious, because now look at Suzuki wearing a uniform that has a skirt on it, and he's like, can I have my cape back? Like, I can't walk around like this. This doesn't match my aesthetic, right? And then Eleanor's just goofing off wearing his cape, right? And then this is Arden. They swapped outfits with Estella, and obviously Arden's like, can I have my clothes back? I don't want to wear this dress, basically. But I think the colors are pretty nice here, like they match. Like, this is my first time drawing Estella with color. She's from Uvania, the 70s time period, I guess. And she's like a witch, but that's very cool. Yeah. If you guys haven't been here before, I'm telling you right now, I love witches. Witches and pirates, best thing ever. That's it, that's all. Okay, and this is where I took like kind of like a huge break in my art, because I did all this in November, and then I didn't pick up my sketchbook again until January 28th. So that was like a really long gap. Excuse me one second, I gotta drink tea. Anyway, yeah, so this is Luna Lovegood, because this, guys, look out, here comes a new fixation. So before this, I went to Universal Studios and I fell back into the Harry Potter rabbit hole. But not necessarily the Harry Potter rabbit hole, more like the Marauders rabbit hole. So this is Luna, because we love Luna. I like this page. I designed her an outfit. If she were to go to the Yule Ball, that is what she would be wearing, in my opinion. And yeah. And this is where the Marauders begins. You will see them a lot in this book, in the rest of this book. So this was inspired by Wicked, kind of like a Wicked AU, kind of, except for obviously Remus isn't green, but I had the idea, well, duh, Remus is a werewolf, so that's probably why they all don't like him, right? Like, anyway, so yeah. So this is like kind of their school uniform that I designed. So obviously Sirius is like Glinda, and then Remus is like Elphaba. I don't remember if I draw any more of this AU in this book, but we'll see, I guess. It was fun to design these outfits. That's all I know. Right, so, guys, Pirate Marauders, hear me out. Okay, this is supposed to be Mary. Looks kind of like Dorcas. I don't know if I like these braids for her anymore, but I didn't like change the design or anything because I didn't really draw her again in this book. Because this was before I figured out how I like to draw all of them. So as you can see here, James has like circular glasses. At one point I start drawing him with like rectangle glasses. I like that a lot better. But anyway, I like Marlene's design. I do color her hair with like a different marker now. Like, it's not so yellow, it's more like blonde. But yeah, I mean, I color James pretty much the same. It's just the glasses are different. But yeah, pirates again. Here's Lily Evans as, excuse me, this was inspired by Pink Pony Club by Chaperone. Very rarely do I get in a mood to draw cowboys. So here is me feeding the cowboy thing. Okay, I keep seeing these star pants on Pinterest and I love them. So, star pants. Anyway, yeah, I like this page. As you can see, there's an indent here because I was still using Elmer's glue, like the liquid glue, to glue stuff on, so it kind of messed up that little thing. But yeah, soon I get one of those tape roller things with the permanent adhesive so it doesn't like lump up the pages. But yeah, so these are outfit designs for different AUs. So this was based off of Barbie Dreams by 50/50, and I don't remember the other girl's name. I'm sorry. I'll put it on the screen. But from the Barbie movie, so obviously I drew them all in pink. So this is Dorcas. There's Marlene, Mary, and then Lily. I think I like Marlene's the best, not gonna lie. Her outfit's cool too. Actually, all their outfits are cool. Mary is just giving like Go-Go Boots magical girl right now, which it kind of works. I don't color her the same as I did here in the rest of the book, because it was a lot of experimentation to find out which markers I like to use for which character, like which color scheme. So yeah, it'll all be figured out soon. This is Regulus and James, but like Mamma Mia AU, because I fell back into Mamma Mia also. I am listening to the soundtrack like crazy, so Mamma Mia, ABBA, all that good music. Yeah, so this is Mamma Mia. And little cinnamon roll, just because it matches the color scheme. Okay, this was more for that Wicked AU with Remus and Sirius. So this was like kind of the Ozdust, but like cooler. You know, darker colors. This was very cool. I like this. I like the colors. And this was supposed to be like the place where Remus would go when he would transform every month, which is just some random trapdoor in the middle of the forest. I don't know. I wasn't very good at coloring like scenes at night with my markers when I did this. I do get better at that. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad page. Like, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, oh, this one was, so it was February 15th. It was my boss's birthday. So, yeah, my granddaughter, oh my gosh. I do not have a granddaughter. I am barely an adult. Her granddaughter made me take her to the park. So we went to the park in the snow. We played on the swings and we went on the wet slide in my nice dress and everything. My butt got soaking wet, but it was so worth it. I don't even care. So I drew a couple scenes from that day because I had a lot of fun playing at the park with this 6-year-old. So yeah, and then my dad built this little snowman on his truck bed. So I drew the snowman because I found it cute and I took a picture of it. So I wanted to redraw the picture. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. There we go. There's the night scene that I did really good. Okay, so I saw this text post on Pinterest that was like, oh, I bet you the Forbidden Forest wasn't forbidden before the Marauders got there. Or like, it probably was, but it's like just hypothetical. It was like, they probably made it that way because they tried to have a tea party with a spider or something. So I drew them in the woods, you know, minding their own business, having a tea party. Everyone's in their animagus forms because reasons. So I don't know why it starts from the bottom, but it just does. So this is before. And then the spider shows up, and then they all run away from the spider. Okay, why does Padfoot look like that? I don't know, because I don't know how to draw dogs, that's why. But yeah, that's the full page. I'm pretty proud of this page. I really like it. I thought it was hilarious. I was like giggling like a madman the whole time I was drawing this. But yeah, I like it. The spider actually ended up turning out pretty good, which is weird because I don't draw spiders either. Okay, this is James. Okay, tell me why James Potter is so fun to draw. Like, I love to draw this man. Why? I don't know. I just do. Okay, so this is if he knew how to play the guitar. And then there's a little broomstick and a quaffle sticker on there. And then this is him from the Pirate AU. I was like, oh, his tattoos probably come to life. Why? Because it's cool. That's why. He's got a little compass on his hand that, you know, works the same as a real compass. Kind of. It was based on the idea of Jack Sparrow with his compass that, like, led him to what he wanted. It's something similar to that. And then here's this little doodle of James and Regulus, because I feel like this is the energy. And then, yeah, so I did this first, and then I was like, I need to fill up this space here. So I drew James falling down the stairs because he's a klutz and because he didn't tie his shoe. Yeah. I wasn't sure I was going to like this page with the background, but I kind of love it now because it's so random. Like this panda tape, I don't know, it just matches the colors, so that's why it's there. Okay, so this is my Hogwarts Legacy character, Lilith Rose. Obviously Rose because her hair is pink and I have no creativity for last names. But yeah, she's a Slytherin, like me. So yeah, I did this one first, drew her on her broom, and then I put Deke, the house elf, front in the room requirement there. And I didn't know what else to do, so I put this giant moon sticker there. That's pretty much it. And then here is, what day was this? February 28th. So, that was that long ago? Dang, okay. So, the planets were supposed to, like, you were supposed to be able to see the planets that night, I think. So I drew the planets. We did not see the planets, by the way. It was too cloudy for that. So I was very sad. So I drew this. And then I just glued a bunch of random stuff on it. You know, like you do. This is like my favorite ASMR. Okay. So, the gemlings have returned. So this is Saya. And then well, obviously you can see that their names are there. I drew them if they were on a roller derby team. Because I love roller derby. That's why. Am I gonna make this my personality? No, but do I love it anyway? Yes. Because I wasn't sure what to draw, and then I was like, I think my dad was wearing a green and purple sweater. I was like, okay, I'm drawing something green and purple. Green and purple makes me think of them. Because they're besties. Enrica's green and Saya's purple. I don't really have any other explanation to that. So this is another like AU idea. It was inspired by Aurora's Runaway. I was like, yeah, like that just makes sense. So this is like witchy Regulus, but he's like a prince, but he like ran away from home, obviously because the song is called Runaway. And then he meets these like forest spirits. I don't know. Something like that. I think I called it, what did I call it? Where the Wild Ones Wait? Yeah, because I was like, oh, what if they were like waiting for him? I haven't really fleshed this out. I don't actually know, but I thought it was a cool idea. I like this suit though. And this forest scene turned out pretty nice. Like I didn't like how this turned out at first, but now I'm looking at it again. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. Like, anyway. So yeah, moving on again. Okay, here are the girlies. We got Marlene, Lily, and Mary. I really like this picture of Marlene. It's cute. So I pulled the crayons out. Why? Don't ask me, because I felt like it. So, that's usually my explanation for why I did things in this book, because I felt like it. So, yeah, I pulled out the crayons. I was like, I am going to doodle with crayons, because I can. So I did. I matched their color scheme to this, like, thing I got with these stickers. These puffy ones, the Sanrio ones. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I know this doesn't, like, match at all. I pulled out the crayons once again, and I decided to draw a mushroom monster. Do I know why? Nope. I glued like a piece of plastic bag on it because I didn't want the black to rub off on this. Because I knew with my luck it would, and then it would ruin this nice white page. Okay, so this is like the same as that. I think this is how I wanted James to look in that Runaway AU moment. I don't know, he's some adventure in the forest, I guess. That's all I got. He's got some weird little fanny pack thing. Yeah, not much explanation to go with that. I don't know how I feel about the colors on him, but because it feels weird drawing James without like red or yellow or both. So maybe that's just why. I don't know. And here, this is one of my favorite pages in the entire book. I know I said I was giggling like a madman one time when I was drawing that other one with the spider. This was so funny to me. Okay, my sister is also a big Marauders fan, so I was so excited to show her this when she got home. She was like, this is the best thing ever. So I just looked up those like funky like draw your squad poses on Pinterest, and it was something similar to this for these three, and Remus also. I just figured this would be perfect. Like, is it a Halloween costume? I don't know. It's just a crossover, and we love to see it. And this is the first time Peter is in this book, because, you know, we don't like him very much, but we like him in the school years, I guess, is all I have to say. More Marauders! Yay! You guys, they're in like the rest of this book, so prepare yourselves. Okay, this is Howl's Moving Castle. AU, Wolfstar, Howl's Moving Castle. And I love this page. I think it's great. I love Remus's like vest. I saw one similar on Pinterest, I think. That's why I drew that. And yeah, I like how these little guys turned out too. Like this page is just awesome. This one is not as awesome, but it like matches. So it works for me, I guess. So I watched a couple episodes of The Great with Elle Fanning because Elle Fanning is Pandora Rosier's fan cast. And I was like, I am watching this just because she's in it. I kept thinking the main character's name was Pandora. It is not Pandora. Her name is Catherine. You know, Catherine the Great. Duh. Anyway, so I watched 3 episodes. Have not finished it. That's as far as I got. It's a good show though. It's like funny. But yeah, so I drew Pandora and Regulus if they were in The Great. That's pretty much all I got. Like, yeah. I was gonna do other drawings in the background, but then I ended up just doing whatever this background is with my acrylic markers. As you can see, it's very patchy. I mean, I like it more than I did when I first finished it, but it's still not the best. Like, I only like it because it matches with this. Okay, and this is, this sticker is from AWG Arts. Yeah, so this was a Skiz Code episode that came out. Most of them had this penalty where they had to dress up as these little, I don't know what they're called, but they had to dress up on these cute little outfits. Except for Ian, because he punished them and made them have to wear all this stuff in the next episode. That's how it was. So I drew little chibi versions of them, and then I drew Sungmin here. I feel like this doesn't really look like him that much, but it's kind of cute. And then I put this here and this here because they match the color scheme. There's mostly primary colors. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say other than that. And this page was just a collage of random stuff I had. I was like, I'm putting all this stuff here. So I did. And this is Marauders once again. So I was looking at like funny pictures on Pinterest. I drew this one first. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of self-explanatory. Like Regulus is like, I'll kill this person. And James is like, no, don't do it. And this is, excuse me. That one with like, I'll put it up on the screen because I can't remember what it's called right now. I don't think it has a name. I think I'm just delusional, but yeah. And then I saw a picture of 2 girls wearing this shirt. 2 sisters, I'm guessing. We will learn to love each other. And I thought it was perfect for the Black brothers, so there they are. And then there was a picture of a girl standing like this with a big sign that said Gaylord in the background. I was like, this is so Marlene. So I drew Marlene. And then I put this here to fill up space and this too. But you know, this makes me laugh because it looks like Peter is like trying to hypnotize somebody because I put that squirrel there, but yeah, I don't even know. This is just chaos, brain chaos on the page. And this is, oh, these are more girls from Uvania. So these 2 were some of the original 4 that I made. I'll put them on screen again. Well, not again, but here they are up on screen. This is Juliet, and this is Sandra. Sandra is definitely one of my favorites in this world, one of my favorite OCs in this world, because she's just a chaotic witch. Like, if that doesn't describe my whole lifestyle, I don't know what does. But this is Luella. So these 2 are from the 1800s, I think. And then she's from the 1940s. So, do they know each other? No. Did I draw them on the same page anyway? Yes. Doesn't matter. But, yeah. Okay, at this point, I was trying to fill up pages. This is about, what, like halfway? Well, a little more than halfway. So I did all this stuff with my Poscas first, and then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna draw on top of it. And then I didn't realize that it was gonna look like that. Like, you were gonna be able to see the blue underneath the black. So it kind of looks weird, but I mean, it's fine. Like, this, guys, obviously I don't know how to draw a motorcycle because what is that? Like, I feel like this turned out the best. This doodle of Sirius on, like, the whole thing. Like, I don't really have anything else to say other than... Oh, this was a redraw from my other sketchbook, which I think I like the original better. I don't know what happened with this one, but it didn't live up to my expectations. I do like her outfit, though. And then I put candy wrapper on here too to fill up some space because I didn't know what to draw. And then here I made a new mermaid OC called Ellie. I think these are the colors I ended up going with for her because I liked this but I didn't like it that much, and then I tried little these, and then anyway, yeah, this one's my favorite because that's her actual colors, and I like the fish also. And this was this is just some random doodle page of the Saunderson sisters from Hocus Pocus because I saw like kind of like a Hocus Pocus on crack video. Anyway, it was funny. So like if this is the most true thing I've ever seen because I reference this all the time now. A child, like that's me every time I see a child. So yeah, basically I was just pausing the video and then drawing whatever it was that I saw. Like I was pausing it at moments that I was like, oh, I'm gonna draw that. So there's Winifred with the, oh look, another glorious morning. Makes me sick. So yeah, and then I drew them all three in their cloaks. And there's Sarah. That was at the very end of the movie when I think they all died. Did they die? I don't remember. Anyway, and then I knew I had to draw Mary on the vacuum cleaner because they didn't have any brooms, so she run the vacuum cleaner. But yeah, this page is kind of crazy, but I mean it works. You know, like if a sketchbook isn't chaotic, then I don't want it. And then here, okay, so I have this Pokemon cup. That's kind of similar to this, like they're all in their own little colored squares. And I thought, oh, what if I just draw Marauders in colored squares? So I did the spin the wheel thing to decide who I was gonna draw. Yeah, so I just divided the page into 6 boxes and drew them. So there's Sirius, there's Mary. So this is finally where I've kind of figured out how I like to draw Mary. So there she is. And then this is Remus, Regulus, Evan Rosier, and then Dorcas Meadows. I think Dorcas turned out the best, honestly. Like she is so pretty for real. Like look at this. Evan turned out pretty good too. And so did Remus. Regulus not so much because he ended up looking kind of cross-eyed and I didn't mean to do that. And then yeah, Mary and Sirius also very great. What's next? Oh, okay, so I did little Chewy Marauders. I did, again, spin the wheel is my Lord and Savior, I guess. So, yeah, I did Marlene and Remus in like a blanket fort, I guess. I don't know what they're reading. I don't know if they're studying or what, but yeah, I like how Marlene turned out here. She's very cute. And then I did Wormtail. And then when I spun the wheel and got James and Sirius, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I drew like prongs and with Padfoot sitting on top? But then I remembered, oh wait, I don't know how to draw dogs. So I drew Sirius sitting on top of prongs instead. And how do I know how to draw deer? Because I drew a bunch of deer for the Gemlings webtoon, that's why. So I'm more confident in my abilities to draw a stag than a dog. So that's my explanation. And then I spun James and Lily and I was like, oh, this man doesn't know what he's doing in potions. That's pretty much the only explanation I have. She's like, do you have any idea what I'm talking about? No. Okay. And then I drew Pandora and Regulus at the beach because they're besties. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And then these are little Spotify codes. There's 3 songs. One of them is All the Young Dudes by Mott the Hoople. Is it Matt the Hoople or Mop the Hoople? Mop the Hoople. Whatever. All the Young Dudes is one of them. And then September by Earth, Wind, and Fire is the other. And then there's one by Queen. I don't remember if it's Keep Yourself Alive or like Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy. I think it's Keep Yourself Alive. I don't know. I can't scan them right now because I'm using my phone to film. So, yeah. Anyway, it was Kito's birthday on March 28th. I don't know why I never draw anybody else for their birthday except for this man. Like, it always just pops into my head around that time. I'm like, oh, it's Kito's birthday, I have to draw him. So I did. And here's Laurel, my Gryffindor character from Hogwarts Legacy. Because I was like, oh, I need to make one character for each house so I can see all the common rooms and different stuff. That's pretty much it. Oh, okay, yeah. So here's Ellie again. I don't, like, this doesn't really work here, but, like, I kind of like it anyway. But I did, okay, so I did, with crayons, the background. Why is there black on that? Anyway, yeah, so I used crayons on the background, and then I drew these fish, but I used my brush marker on top, and then it was kind of smudging a lot, so I glued plastic bag over top. Yeah, I don't really like this page that much. I like the drawing though. Cute. And then this is the Vampire Girlies again. This is Yvette, Charity, and Clarice. So Charity and Clarice are sisters, and then Yvette is Charity's girlfriend. Yeah. So Clarice and Charity run the Vampire Hotel. That's the only explanation I got. And, okay, so my sister got me these cute little stickers at the dollar store. So I drew a bunch of cute little animals. And this is my OC Kari. But I felt like drawing her in yellow because I drew her in yellow before. I don't think it's up on this channel. I might put a picture on screen if I can find it. But she had like a yellow umbrella and a yellow dress, and I really liked it. So I decided to draw her in a yellow raincoat. I think it's cute. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I like this page. And then the yellow fish, obviously, because, you know, what else do you do with space other than draw fish? And then here, you can tell that I started being like, oh my god, I want to be done this book. So keep in mind, this is how much there is left. So I took some lined paper and made some like grid paper with it. So I don't know, did pixel art. Okay, I don't know what happened to this frog, but like it's kind of, you can see the discoloration over here. I don't know how that happened. Like this was nowhere near water. Sometimes you just gotta like go with it, not even ask questions, but I asked too many questions anyway. So this, okay, I was watching one of Static Wolf's videos and she was drawing Witch, and I completely forgot this series existed, and I didn't think I had all the books. I think I only had 3 of the books, but yeah, so I drew Halen and I drew Tyranny, and I really like the colors of their outfits, and they look very cute. And these both lead to songs called Witch. One of them I think was a theme song for the TV series, which I didn't even realize there was a TV series until Static Wolf mentioned it. And this is a song by Devon Cole, which is also called Witch. I just put it there because it was called Witch, like not any other reason. Oh, yeah, okay. So I did some watercolor paintings of Where the Wild Ones Wait. That was the runaway based AU of the Marauders. So these are the 4 spirits, and then I drew like the royal palace over here and like the gates. Yes, like I like this painting. I haven't painted with watercolor in a while, so that's why I did it, because I can't do it in this book. So hopefully I'll be able to do it in my next sketchbook, which I got in the mail recently, so I'm very excited to start it. So yeah, this is Narcissa, Bellatrix, and then Andromeda Black. Yeah, this one was supposed to be Andromeda at first, and then I was like, no, this is more Narcissa, so I changed it. But I do like drawing Narcissa with like the blonde bangs instead of, because I know in the movie she has it like just on the sides there, not the front, but I kind of like it at the front, so I drew it at the front. I think the one who turned out the best is Bellatrix. Like, I love her hair. It's so, like, great. But yeah, I like this spread. This is just some random collage spread. I had this watermelon gum, so I thought the wrappers were pretty, so I saved every single one of them. and I put it in here. And then this is candy that my dad keeps giving me because I use the wrappers in my book. He's like, here you go, here, have different colors. I'm like, yay! So, yeah, I basically just scribbled on the pages and then glued a bunch of stuff on it. Oh, I made this sticker. Also, this is Sakura's pet cat, but like in the Gemlings world, they're not just cats, they're butter cats because they have butterfly wings. I'm so creative, you guys. I'm so creative. Anyway, his name is Riku. So that's a little sticker of Riku. And yeah. Oh, is it the next page? Yes. Okay, so this is back to the Marauders Mamma Mia AU. So I put the little Spotify codes for each song that like the scene is inspired by in my little brain. So this is Marlene, Lily, and Mary for Dancing Queen, of course. Like this, I love this spread. It's so lovely. I just love Mamma Mia. Like the music is so good. Like it just hits every time. And then this is I think, what's it called? Lay All Your Love on Me. Or is it Lay Your Love on Me? Lay All Your Love on Me. And okay, the idea is that they're like getting married at the island in Greece, which Regulus owns the island in Greece, like how Donna owned the island in the original, right? That's the vision. Yeah, and then here's James and Regulus for Take a Chance on Me. This is kind of at the end. They're dancing on a table, which is why I put the glasses there. It is not the floor. People are not putting their glasses on the floor because my sister thought they were dancing on the floor. I was like, who's putting their drink cups on the floor? Anyway, I guess I could have drawn like little chairs on the sides too, so it would look more like a table, but I didn't feel like it, so I didn't. And then this is Barty Crouch Jr. and Evan Rosier, because I just felt like drawing them for some reason. So yeah, I don't know if I like that shade of green that I used for Barty's hair. So I'll probably change that, but this one's honestly the best drawing of Barty. But no, I do like how they turned out. Yeah, you know, Slytherin gang. And then this is, so I drew like a Gemlings crossover with the Marauders. So I did my lucky spin the wheel, of course. So first things first, I got Peter and then I got Ren, which I'll put a picture of Ren up on the screen. I'll probably put a picture of all the characters on the screen so you can see who they're swapping with. So James, I spun for James and then I spun for Sakura and I was like, this is perfect. So, because I know James would be like, guys, check out my pink dress. Isn't it lovely? Right? So there's him posing in his pink dress, having a lovely time. And then this Marlene with Arden's clothes, which Marlene would be happy with that, honestly. Like, Arden's clothes look so comfortable, like, it's not even funny. And then Remus, I got a different character for Remus, but then I decided, no, I'm not going to be mean to Remus today. I'm going to give him something that he'll actually like. So this is Ciel's outfit, which I feel like Remus and Ciel are kind of similar, like, in a way. So yeah, there's him reading a book. Although at first, when I drew this, it looked like Marlene was kicking him in the stomach. I was like, hey, Marlene, you can't do that. Calm down. Oh, and then here is Princess Peach and Princess Daisy. I don't know why I just got the urge to draw them, but I did. But their dresses are really pretty, so yeah. And then this, okay, I would love to say, oh, these are school doodles. They're not school doodles. I don't go to school anymore. So I just doodled with a pen on lined paper. I just did random doodles with the Marauders. And this is the Coconut Mall song from Mario Kart, because I was listening to that the entire time I was doodling these guys. I have nothing to say other than it's such a goofy song. So there's Regulus, Evan, there's Barty. I like this green better for Barty, not gonna lie, so I might try and do that. Use a similar green to that when I draw him next with markers. And then there's Sirius, looking like a goof. And then there's Marlene and Dorcas. And here's Remus. I looked up little chaotic doodles for these three. So here's James also, like, definitely plotting a prank. Here's Regulus again. This is the first one I drew of Regulus, but I didn't really like it, so I drew that one. which I like this one way better. And then here's Lily. I don't really like Mary's either. I think her face kind of got messed up. But yeah, I do like Pandora's though. She turned out really pretty. Yeah, so I don't know what's up with this page. It's just like chaos, like in a book. And then here is Darren and Mateo again. Oh my arm's itchy. So Darren is like way shorter than Mateo. He's like here. But I accidentally, so I drew Mateo first, and then I drew Darren here, and I was like, wait a minute, Darren isn't that tall. So I drew this up here, being like, yeah, Darren's definitely standing on a big old box to be that tall. And I was thinking, oh, what if they were getting like their picture taken? Yeah, this is how they're getting their picture taken. And then this is Hogwarts Legacy fan art. This is Sebastian, and this is Poppy Sweeting, which I love Poppy, by the way. I love her. And then this is Professor Garlic, which her hair color didn't end up, like I should have used Poppy's hair color for her. Like I feel like they should have switched probably. Like she still looks pretty, but that's not the color her hair is in the game. Like it's more like this. So I don't know why I didn't do that, but yeah. And I saw this thing, I don't remember if it was a fan art or not, but where Ominous like turned into an animagus and he was like a snake. I don't know, so like an albino snake, so I drew him as a snake with Sebastian. And then here is more gemlings because I was like, I don't know what to draw anymore, so I went back to the gemlings and started drawing them again. So these are like the villains, I guess. Like, they're not all like villainy. I'm gonna leave you to guess who is the real bad guys and who is like kind of the bad guys and who's not really a bad guy, okay? But this is like the villain squad. Technically Ciel should be in here too. Spoiler alert, but yeah, he's not because he's not technically a villain. He was just there first. It's complicated. I'm not gonna explain anymore because that would kind of ruin the story if I ended up putting it out. Okay, so this is Vesper. This is Vita, Asta, Talia, and then this is Violet. So I gave Violet a different outfit. She was supposed to have like a skirt or something, but I like this way better. Like, she looks so cool. I am obsessed with this whole spread. I love it. I ended up using a different skin tone for Talia. Like I used the same one I used for James, which I really love that marker, by the way. Like it's such a pretty color. Like I love using it for skin now. So I decided to use it for Talia to see if I liked it for her, and I love it. I love it. She is so pretty. Chef's kiss. And then here is Suzuki. But I drew him without his cape because I was like, well, I need to switch it up. So I drew him without his cape. And then this is his Falcon Alta. And since Suzuki doesn't have wings, I'm assuming this is kind of how they travel if they decide to fly. They're like, don't worry, we'll carry you. And he's like, no, put me down, I'm scared. Yeah, and then as you can see, Sakura's kind of like struggling here because, you know, she's not that strong and she's like way tiny compared to Suzuki because he's like over 6 foot because he's like a giant. Okay, he's not a giant, literally. I mean, he's just a tall boy. But yeah, that's how I imagine it would go. And then I decided to draw Ciel also because I realized I hadn't drawn these two in a while. Yeah, I like this one down here the best. So he's got a prosthetic arm. Right from like here down, he doesn't have an arm. He's got like a stub, basically. So this is like a new arm that he would get. You can't really see it here, but it's more like scrap metal looking, kind of. And then I didn't know what to draw up here, so I just drew literally him in a cloak. Like, but you can't see his face or anything. I don't know. Oh, okay, and then this, guys, this is the last 15 pages of this book that I sped through on Saturday night into Sunday. Okay, so my dad had this idea. He was like, well, what if you just use the last 15 pages to tell a story? So I decided, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that. So this is like the storyboarding, kind of, for the last 14 pages. And then this is like the original design for the characters. That's like the idea. Yeah, idea. And then this is like me testing out their color palettes to make sure I like them before I start drawing them like completely and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna not talk for the last bit so you can actually read the story without me like interrupting every 50 million seconds. 50 million seconds. 5 seconds. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna end with that. Thank you for watching this video, even though it's probably over an hour long. Hope you enjoyed my sketchbook tour as much as I enjoy talking about it. So yeah, I guess have a good day, have a good night, whatever you want to call, wherever you are. Hope life is good. Bye!